Hi, I'm Peter Hollander and I'm going to demonstrate the installation of the safety shower and eye wash combination unit. It will come mostly assembled apart from a few parts that will be added on once the main structure has been installed. That will be the eye wash assembly, the eye wash activation valve, the shower head assembly, the shower activation lever, some nuts and washers that we'll use to fix the sign on later. We have a plug that will block off either the top or the bottom depending on where your potable water supply is coming in from. And we have the shower valve activation lever. Now if there are any other parts in the box, they would have been added to your order to assist in your installation. That might include the extension pole that can be cut down and fixed to different structures to assist in your installation. If the shower needs to go all the way to the ground, it will have a floor mounting bracket that also screws onto the bottom of that extension pole. Gives you more flexibility in your, we have some wall mounting plates, some threaded rod that will attach the floor mounting plates to the structure. Now we will remove the signage. That will be become the last piece that we will install later. Now that leaves us with the main structure, and we see here the unique linkage system that balances out the water pressure when the shower is activated and you still need the use of your eye wash water. We'll now install the shower activation lever. This also forms part of the linkage system, which will pull the lever up or push it back down again, causing the eye wash water to be balanced out when most of the pressure is up at the shower head. We'll tighten that on. Now we have the sign mounting brackets, and on the back of that is welded M10 nuts, and this is where you can also put your wall mounting brackets or other brackets to assist in bolting to structures that may be available for your installation. So now we will go to the testing and quality control facility. This mounted 1 metre off the ground using wall mounting brackets to fix it to the wall in this case. And we have a sliding bracket that can also be ordered as an extra part to assist in your installation, to pick up on structures and give you more options. So that will just be tightened into place once it has been decided where that's going to be. Now we have a bottom feed to this, in this particular case, with a Mac Union breakpoint to connect it to the main pipe. We have an isolation valve, which is handy to isolate from the main plant. And we have a 1-inch supply line as per regulation to supply the shower and eye wash. The main thing is you can supply at least 75 litres per minute to your unit. Now we have that connected, we will attach our other parts, which is going to be the eye wash unit. Make sure you don't pull the other parts out of alignment, just so hold into place using a spanner or a wrench for that to hold it in place. Next we will put on the shower head assembly as well, and so that we'll be getting ready to test the unit. So as you can see, there's not too many parts to put on, quite easy to put together. Right, now we can take a look at the eye wash and adjust the flow control. It might already be in a good adjusted position, but if it's not, then we'll just loosen the 8mm bolt and we'll adjust the flow control valve to the position until we get a nice flow of stream of water, so it's not too hard, not too soft, just right. And then we can tighten that 8mm bolt back up again, and then we'll have our eye wash set in place. And that's all that'll be required on setting the eye wash flow. And then the next part that we're going to have to look at will be at the shower end. So we just want to turn the eye wash on, have that running, and we'll turn the shower on, and then we'll just recheck to make sure that the eye wash is still getting a nice soft flow going together, not too hard, not too soft, and meeting nicely together in the middle. If adjustment is required, then we will simply go up and adjust the top adjuster. Now we've done some pre-filming on the bench to give a better indication of how to do this. We want to make sure that the valve is in the off position, and if we adjust the top adjuster up, we will get less flow. If we adjust it down, we will get more flow. And then once we've adjusted it, we're going to have to reposition our support bracket to make sure that the rod can't slip down and turn the eye wash water off once we have all our adjustments in place. And we just need to check that the arm that lifts it up is quite close to the tube support bracket so that it won't slip off the washer that it lifts up. We also need to make sure that it is centrally aligned to that washer as well, so that everything is nicely in a line and works as it is designed to work. We'll now take a look at our floor mounted model, and we have put the plug in the bottom entry to block that off. We have our floor mounting plate on the extension pole, and we have a top entry here now with a MAC union connect point. We have our isolation valve to give us that flexibility to work on the shower, our 1-inch supply line, potable water supply line as per regulation, a mounting bracket to give stability to the shower, and that leaves us with only with the signage to connect. Now that is simply going to clip onto the 6mm threads that's sticking out from the mounting brackets that are already being preset as it comes already in that orientation. Just a matter of clipping it on and then getting your nuts and washers and screwing them on to fix that into place, and that has that completely done. And that just leaves us to check the flow, make sure everything is good, just as a final check. Eye wash good, nice aerated flow there. We have the shower on, recheck that the shower and eye wash are working together well, and yes, everything seems to be fine. So we just turn everything off again, and that is the installation complete. So as you can see, it is very simple and straightforward, and shouldn't give you any trouble at all, with lots of flexibility there. So that just leaves us with the maintenance side of things. There's not much maintenance to do, but there are little wee filters that can become blocked from time to time depending on what is coming through your water supply. And this is probably most likely going to happen during the time of installation with foreign materials being introduced into that pipeline. So to clean them out, it's just a matter of hooking them out with a little screwdriver. You have your aeration capsule, and then underneath that you have a little cage filter, and it's just a matter of cleaning that little cage filter, and yeah, just take off your O-ring. It's probably quite good just to get the whole cage filter exposed, clean everything off, get it all rinsed off, maybe back flush it through the hole there just to blow out any bits that might be still sticking on there, reassemble it all together, and then refit it back into the eye wash again. It's just a matter of reseating that in nice and firmly. Just push it in with your finger just to make sure it's sitting down on that seat. Get the top O-ring back on top again, and then we're just going to put the aerator capsule back in again. There is a little piece on the top with little holes in that causes the aeration to take place. Just make sure there's no blockages in there. There shouldn't be. The little cage filter should catch that. Little screen on top. Also check for anything that is gathered in there. Just a matter of screwing it on. Hand tight is plenty, as you've got the two rubber O-rings there just to seal up. So just, yeah, hand tight's plenty, and then just a matter of yeah, put your cap back on again so no foreign material gets in there. It's the same thing on the other side, just the same process again, and then just a matter of going over and checking all your parts. Everything's tight, it's in place, in alignment, no leaks around any of the fittings, and yeah, just check the activation, make sure everything's right and the flows are good and even, and then it's just a matter of checking those top pieces again, check your nuts are all tight and in place, make sure the stop's up underneath where it needs to be, and yeah, so up the top we have a 17mm, we have a 6mm, and just check all your alignments, make sure they're right, no leaks up there, and yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing.